What's going on, and welcome back to What's the Hype podcast. Today's episode 6 of our podcast, and today's hype is
the top 10 fantasy football running backs for the 2022 season. We're just going to jump right into it. Coming in at number 10 on the list, DeAndre Swift. I think a phenomenal running back coming into the season, especially for all you fantasy football owners. He does have a solid backup in Jamal Williams, but at the end of the day, you're going to see DeAndre Swift taking majority of the snaps. Also a big part of their receiving game, too. So overall, obviously not going to be the top 5 picks, but definitely if he's on the board come second round, you take him.
Yeah, like my partner said here, if he's on the board second, third round, this is a guy you want to have. Some people might be dumb and let him fall even further than that, but I highly doubt it. So if he's on the board, he is a must grab. Coming in at number 9 for us, we got Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is an absolute beast. I know you guys know who he is. He was a great running back last year. The only downside when it comes to Nick Chubb is he doesn't really get involved in the passing game, but he's still easily top 10 just because of the volume he gets. The Browns are a running team, and even though they got Deshaun Watson, he's suspended, so they're still going to rely really heavy on the run. So Nick Chubb is a must grab.
100%. Deshaun Watson suspended for a few games. Yeah, but I have to be laying down for that. Okay. No, but you got that. A guarantee that going with their run game. Sorry, excuse me. They're going for the run game 100%, and then you have somebody like Nick Chubb in the backfield. I mean, you're very confident. You get into the red zone, you hand the ball off to that guy every time, and guarantee most of the time he's running away with the touchdown. Coming in at number 8, we got Alvin Kamara. Again, another one of those solid running backs in the run game, but he's also one of the Saints' top targets in receiving. So when you have a very versatile tailback in the backfield that can receive, run the ball, pick up blocks, I mean, if he's there, you take him. You know, you're not losing if you miss out on the top 5 that we're about to name. If you're not missing out, if you find somebody like that in your late first round, early second round, I mean, you know, you get him off the board.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara is an absolute beast. To reiterate what he was saying, like he said, leads his teams in targets, but Michael Thomas will be back. We don't know what type of Michael Thomas he's going to be, but he will be back. So expect some of his targets to go down. He's going to get hurt again. But expect some of his targets to drop for sure. But coming out at number 7 for us, this guy could easily be the best running back in fantasy football if he were to stay healthy. But I think you guys all know who that is. It's Christian McCaffrey. I mean, when this guy plays, there's no one like him on the field. I mean, his pass-catching ability and his running ability is second to none, but he just cannot stay healthy. I mean, I've seen so many fantasy owners, especially last year. My friend got him, and he just absolutely sold his league because he wasted one of his top picks on him. And obviously, he played great for some games, but he was out the majority of the season. So when you have someone like that, I mean, if he's up there, it will not be a bad choice, but it's definitely a gamble. Like, you don't know if he's going to be healthy.
Yeah, jumping off that, you know, I knew you were going to laugh. Yeah, jumping right onto that. Christian McCaffrey is, again, one of those players where, you know, he's a do-everything kind of guy, receiving, running, everything, but he's also a risk of whether or not he's going to stay on your IR the entire year. So, I mean, it's a 50-50 ball, but I think if he's there, I mean, take him. You already know running backs go first, and for that chance that he is healthy, I mean, I don't think you're losing in that. Going into our number 6, we got Joe Mixon. By far, I think on the underrated side, he's just fallen outside of top 5, but he could easily make himself a top 3 by end of season. I think he's one of those phenomenal running backs. Big body, and I think he's going to do big things.
The surprising thing about Mixon, too, is yes, he gets a good amount of carries, but he also gets very involved in the passing game. Like when you have someone like Joe Shiesty back there, he's a smart QB. So, you know, if he doesn't have anything downfield, he's going to look for the dump-offs right to Mixon. And Mixon is a playmaker. He can make things happen. He had multiple 30-point games last season. I had him on my team, and I thought he did great for me. So definitely a must grab if he's up there. I mean, all these guys are must grab. Must grab. All these guys are. You got to take them if they're available. But Mixon definitely comes before all the rest. Coming. Starting off our number 5, we got Dalvin Cook. This guy is an absolute beast. This man, when he's healthy, he can do damage like no other. I mean, in the pass catching game, in the running game, anything. I mean, on a dynamic offense like that, you need someone like Dalvin Cook to shoulder the load.
And it's quite a load he has to carry over there, you know. He's just, you know, kind of jumping off the way. Off of what he... I'm sorry, man. Goodness, gotta keep it together, you know. He's just one of those running backs. Oh God, bro, it's just kind of funny. What are you doing?
What is this to the editor?
Well. You started talking about loads.
Bro, come on.
Hold on.
You wasted like 30 seconds.
Anyways, sorry. Dalvin Cook is just one of those phenomenal running backs again. One of the biggest heavy rushers in the league. I just think that he'll go for sure top 6. You always have one of those weirdos who decides to take a quarterback in the first round. But I think for sure he'll be one of the first ones off the board. Because like I said, the top 5 is definitely arguable, you know, who goes first. But it's all pretty close. But jumping in on number 4 and jumping up quite a bit from like last year, obviously his rookie year, but Najee Harris, we have at number 4. What he did last year just as a rookie and now coming in on year 2 and a lot more healthier and all that, I think by far he's going to be one of the top names by the end of the season for sure.
Yeah, Najee's absolute beast. This guy, he gets. What's surprising about him is his pass catching ability and all the targets he gets. I mean, when you have a running back that once again, I mean, he probably gets 30% of the. Oh God!
What?
I was about to start laughing. Najee gets a good amount of the ball most of the. What did I want to say? Good amount. Najee has the ball in his hands a lot. Bro, this is bad. Oh, God. Najee Harris is going to be a beast, though. I mean, this man can catch. He can run. He's strong. He's bold. Nah. Coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 3 for us is Derrick Henry, the king. Derrick Henry. This guy's an absolute monster. Even though he's coming off an injury, I still expect nothing less from him to be in the top 3. When he has the ball in his hands, he's filthy. Stop laughing so hard at that. It's not that funny.
You laughed at it yourself.
No, I didn't. You're just laughing now.
Alright, I'm gonna keep it together. Go.
Bro, I didn't even say anything.
Just go. I'm smiling. I'm in a good mood.
Anyways, Derrick Henry is an absolute beast. He's easily someone when they're on the goal line who's going to get the ball and can get you multiple touchdowns a game. And he's probably going to rush for 100 yards almost every game, or at least get close to there.
Yeah, 100%. Derrick Henry, last year I had him, and guarantee almost every game at least 15 fantasy points, and it helps. But he'd have those random games where he dropped 30 plus, and despite him getting injured, I think he would have continued that all season. He was still a top 5 rusher without playing 6 or 7 weeks in the league, and when you're already like that and that ahead, you got to take somebody like that. Coming out at number 2, we got Austin Eckler. My bad. One of the, by far, more dynamic of the pass catchers of the bunch, as well as a very dominant rusher. Especially in that type of offense, you have a very explosive offense, with Justin Herbert and the weapons he has in the receiving game. But also, when he needs that quick bailout to his running back, Austin Eckler for sure is going to be there to answer that.
And then picking up our number one spot, I mean, this guy was number one last year. He's an absolute monster. Jonathan Taylor. I think he had like 1,600 rushing yards last year. I mean, this guy gets the ball damn near every play on that team, and when he's running behind a good old line like that, I mean, he's virtually unstoppable. I mean, he'll probably give you like 2 to 3 catches a game, but this man can get you 3 touchdowns a game, no problem. Like, if they're on the goal line, they're giving the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Wherever they're at on the field, Jonathan Taylor's going to get his touches, at least 15 to 20 a game, and that's for sure. And that's going to wrap up our top 10 fantasy running backs for 2022. We truly believe in this list. We're going to go off this list when we draft for our teams, and hopefully all your guys' teams do amazing.